Hi everybody, this is Sandy Collins and welcome back to Us Living Now. Our guest for today, he is the founder of the Baklava Space, Director for Operations at Litecoin Foundation. He has extensive experiences in traditional finance, including OCBC Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and United Overseas Bank Limited, where he served as Senior Vice President before he joined Litecoin Foundation in 2017. So Keith Yong, thank you so much for carving out the time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So Keith, I'm very curious about your background. How did you actually got into blockchain and crypto? When did you first dabble into blockchain and crypto?
That's back in 2017 when Litecoin Foundation was founded in Singapore. So I have an opportunity to work with the Litecoin Foundation. And that's when I got involved in crypto, specifically Litecoin. And I'm still with the Litecoin Foundation today.
Fantastic. And then you came into Litecoin in 2017. So for those who are just getting grounded in the space, because I think the one biggest misconception about Litecoin Foundation and Litecoin is that they merged the two together. They thought that both have similar characteristics. So could you just differentiate to us the contrast between the two?
So Litecoin is the network protocol like Bitcoin. Okay, so it's a piece of software that's out in the market and out in the space. Everyone can use it. So Litecoin Foundation is just an entity that kind of promotes or develops this Litecoin protocol, which means that we will get funding and will employ developers to maintain the protocol. Previously, before Litecoin Foundation, in fact, people are doing it, but as an individual. So it's harder to raise donation when you are an individual. And of course, the founder Charlie is donating for that effort and giving. Supporting the developer directly, but with a foundation, you have a legal entity whereby you can, collect funds, get donations, raise funds, and you can also raise the profile of Litecoin Foundation, Litecoin itself. So Litecoin has been in existence without a foundation for many years, like 2011 when it was released until 2017. So in those 6 years, there's no foundation. Yeah. So the foundation is basically an entity to kind of support the Litecoin development and also marketing. Yes.
And I think also the origin story of Litecoin is very incredible. I mean, it is the silver to Bitcoin's gold, and it is the standard for, it's one of the oldest surviving coins in the market right now. And its main use case is a medium of payment.
Yes, that's right.
So could you tell us a little bit of how Litecoin works and why it is here to stay?
Oh, okay. So one thing is essentially it's a fork of Bitcoin, but just that instead of waiting for 10 minutes for the block confirmation, it's 2.5 minutes. So it's faster, and as a result, because it's faster, it's more beneficial when you do payments. You don't have to wait 10 minutes to confirm the transaction. So that's one thing. And the other thing, of course, is that when it was launched, there was no pre-mine, so everyone is started fairly. There's no big stash where the foundation or the founder keeps away. So everyone kind of democratized for everyone. That means everyone can go in and mine it and get it. That's why when it's spread out to the community and the ownership, right? I guess it's compared to other coins during that time, it's a fairer launch. Yeah, that's why it's stay on.
So would you say it's faster and cheaper and more decentralized than Bitcoin?
Faster, yes. Cheaper in terms of transaction, yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Decentralized, I will not know for sure because the wallet, we don't know how many people hold different wallet. Yeah. But definitely it is one of the surviving oldest coin. Yeah.
And Litecoin has been working on improving your use case as a transactional crypto for years. And one of the bullish announcements that was recently made by Litecoin was your Litecoin card. Tell us more about that.
Oh, Litecoin card. Okay. So one of the things is that how to spend Litecoin, right? When you go to a merchant, you need to spend the Litecoin. But the thing is that a lot of merchants, they don't accept it. They accept Visa. So we work with this company that you are able to top up your Litecoin in the card. So when at the time when you spend it, they will convert the Litecoin into fiat, and then they can spend the fiat. So to the merchant, they're still receiving fiat dollars, but to the user, they're actually spending the Litecoin. So in a way, that helps you to kind of put your savings in, say, Litecoin into the card, and when you use it, you will be converted. Yeah. So it helps with the usage.
Fantastic. And a little known facts about Litecoin is that Doge is merged mine with Litecoin.
Yes. Very few people know that.
So Dogecoin survival is based on Litecoin's existence.
Yes,
Is that right?
That's right. In a way, so when you are the miner of Litecoin, you also mine Dogecoin as well. You mine two coins. Yeah, because at the time when Dogecoin was not yet popular, so they were the security is going down. So that's why Charlie proposes to merge mine, and then both coins have the same security.
Okay, let's now move on to your most recent venture. Talk about Baklava Space. Tell us more about the name because it's very interesting. Where did that came about?
Yeah, Baklava Space. Baklava is actually the name of a dessert in Turkey and Greece. So because we want to launch an avalanche chain, right? So one of the consideration is that we want to launch in a community where avalanche is popular. And we have identified Turkey as this community. That's why we want to find a name that resonates with them. And this dessert is one of their national desserts.
And so what does your protocol actually do?
Okay. Baklava Space, we are planning to be a synthetic platform and also auto compounding. So what happens is that people with liquidity LP, they can put it in our protocol and we'll help them auto compound, which means that, let's say, when you auto compounding means that, for example, you get rewards every, say, 1 hour, but in order to get the rewards, you have to redeposit your LP into, say, a Trader Joe or Pangolin. Yeah, but if you don't do that, you don't get that reward. And most people, because of the high gas fee and the time involved, they won't do that. They won't auto compound. So when they put their LP with us, we will help them to do the auto compounding. So that's one part of it. And the second part is with this LP, you can use that as a collateral and enter into a synthetic position. Yeah, so we are looking at that, exploring that aspect currently.
Fantastic. And you founded this year, I believe, January, around January. Talk to us about the roadmap.
The roadmap, okay. So currently we are still working on the collateral portion, which means that the users can use the collateral to enter into a position. So the position the underlying assets we are looking at for, maybe carbon credits or other kind of assets, real world assets like indexes or even NFT or even Bitcoin assets. So we are going to do a synthetic version of the assets and put it into our portfolio, our protocol.
Well, fantastic. More progress to you guys. And now talking about crypto winter, I think you've been around in the space in the game for a very long time.
Yes.
And Bitcoin has plunged more than 58% year to date. The entire crypto market is crashing. Inflation is soaring globally. If someone were to ask you what's happening in the global economy, what would you tell them?
Okay. So for the people who have been in this industry for long, they'll know that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency generally, when they crash, it's like 80% is quite normal, 85% and so on. So they have many crashes of 80% magnitude. So that's why anyone who is in this sector, they need to be prepared for this kind of 80% crashes. So now, Bitcoin has crashed, I think maybe 60%, 60 perhaps, yeah. So if we look at history, it may go, to 80% crash. That is like expected kind of thing. But of course, it might rebound from here. Nobody knows, I would say. Yeah, nobody knows for sure. Of course, globally, the Fed is tightening, so that causes a lot of liquidity to come out of all the assets, whether it's stocks, Bitcoin, gold, and all these assets which originally were, pump up due to the easy liquidity. People borrowing for, very low interest rate. So if you borrow for 1% interest rate, you can speculate. But if the interest rate now jumps up to 2%, 3%, 4%, your cost of speculation will be higher. So they will, kind of sell off all the assets, whether it's property or stocks or Bitcoin. Yeah.
Right.
So depending on where they expect this, monetary policy is going, so that will affect the upcoming few years or months. Yeah.
And so the attitude towards this bear market, how should we position ourselves as crypto traders or startups? Is it a good weather for crypto startups?
Yeah. So like they say, when it's a bull market, it's time to earn, right? So but when it's a bear market, it's like time to build or learn new things. Yeah. So a lot of projects that we see now in the last bull market happens during the crypto winter from 2018 to 2020. So a lot of protocols were building during the bear market, and when the bull comes, they are there, right? So this is the best time to work on the development and build the new project. So when the next bull market comes, maybe 1 or 2 years time, you launch it and you are there to capture the next wave.
Fantastic advice. And now talking about, I mean, you came from traditional finance. Do you see in the distant future the two worlds merging together, the crypto world and the fiat system? Do you see two worlds joining up?
Of course, in the fiat world, a lot is kind of controlled by the government. So I can see that a lot of central bank digital currencies and a lot of more regulated kind of stablecoin is moving into this space. So definitely when national currencies, fiat currencies move into the crypto space, you can start doing a lot of things that the crypto is doing currently, like doing all this DeFi stuff. Yes.
Do you think the crypto will replace fiat?
I would think that blockchain as an underlying technology will be kind of spread across all industry, whether it's metaverse, like Disney is also going to metaverse, or in kind of traditional industry, right? So like certification, a lot of our certificates now is on the blockchain. We can print our school certs on the blockchain. So it covers the technology underlying can help all types of industry, medical, So in terms of finance, it's one of the industry that is kind of the blockchain will benefit it, be it in DeFi or tokenization, because it kind of reduces the cost and makes it easier for people transactions. So as an underlying technology, definitely I see it helping all types of industry. Yeah,
I love it. And now talking about cryptocurrency trends, what are you most bullish about? Is it Web3, the metaverse, NFTs, GameFi, DeFi, and all DAOs? What is it for you?
Okay, so one of the first application of blockchain is in payments, so Bitcoin. So they are in just one aspect of the industry, although it's a big aspect, right? So now, of course, blockchain has moved away from payments specifically to other areas. So other applications is very interesting. Like for example, Oz has an interesting application, right, using blockchain for residency. Yes. So I guess some of these innovative ideas that come out, where people can think, how can I use the blockchain to create, or how can I use the blockchain to implement on something that's on paper, previously on a centralized blockchain. That is the most interesting trend I see.
And Oz is DAO, and if I read it correctly, Baklava
yes,
is as well,
also
right?
DAO,
DAO, right? So what do you think about the DAO system? Like, where is it headed from here?
Of course, DAO is a very quick and easy way to start. Everyone can form a DAO and so on. But just that we haven't. It's not in the market long enough, and we don't know how. When we have this legal court case and how do the whole thing come together, because when you start suing each other, so where do you sue the DAO? Is there a legal entity to sue, or it's like a group of people? Yeah. So because when there's a bull market, nobody cares about that. I think they say that during the blockchain, the Bitcoin, the crypto market, right? This is the first time where the real economy is in a recession, and then merge with the crypto, because back in 2017 when the crypto was in the winter, right, the economy is normal, right? There's no recession in the normal economy. So now we have this all this court case or this bankruptcy coming, so people will start to know where's my assets, how do I sue, and so all these legal issues will come in. And I guess the DAO, some countries are starting to recognize DAO as legal entities, but we will see, I think in Australia and some states in US, but we have to see how it goes.
Fantastic. And now moving on to Singapore's blockchain community, because I'm really curious, like how is the attitude towards this emerging tech industry by your people? Like how big is the blockchain community here in Singapore?
Oh, there's and that's interesting. There's a survey that say how many people hold Bitcoin. I hold cryptocurrency. So Singapore is one of the highest. So it's like 40% of people.
What was the main driver for that? Is it because of the play to earn games? Because in the Philippines, people have got into crypto because of Axie Infinity.
Right. That's
so,
right.
But for Singaporeans,
Singapore,
how is?
I guess everyone is looking for an opportunity to earn more money.
Okay.
So I think there's a lot of speculators in Singapore. So everyone just want to, especially when you see the 3,000%. Back in the good old days, right? So everyone want to have a piece of it. Yeah.
Well, Keith, it is such a pleasure having you today. Thank you so much for carving out the time.
Thanks.
And let's do this again. It's very fun.
Thanks.